Have you ever asked yourself, why am I so different? Or why do I feel everything so deeply while others seem to just float through life? If you have, I want you to know you're not crazy, and it's not a weakness, and you're definitely not alone. Being an empath simply means that energetically you're a highly sensitive person, aka HSP. Being a highly sensitive person can feel like walking one of the hardest paths in life, but let me tell you, it's also one of the most powerful that you should cherish. But it's completely understandable why, as a child, it became a struggle for you, trying to navigate a world with zero knowledge of what was truly happening beneath the surface level. You felt everything so deeply: the emotions of others, the subtle energies in a room, even the unspoken words hanging in the air. Welcome, beautiful souls. It's Chosen One, your coach's favorite coach, and welcome to my empath point of view. Without understanding of this unique gift, life may have felt overwhelming and overbearing, as if you were constantly carrying the weight of things others couldn't see or feel. You weren't just living in the physical world, you were navigating the emotional and energetic realms simultaneously. It's no wonder you often felt out of place, misunderstood, or even burdened at times. Growing up as an empath often feels like carrying the weight of the world in a backpack that no one else can see. You were likely labeled the black sheep, the one who was too sensitive, and an old soul. While other kids were worried about fitting in at school, you were sitting there wondering why you couldn't shake off the sadness that you felt from a classmate's struggles or the tension from home. And you unknowingly carried this energy with you throughout your day and ultimately your life. Maybe you grew up in an environment of chaos, in a toxic household where love always came with stipulations or conditions, and the air was so thick with misaligned energy and narcissistic characteristics from one or both parents. Perhaps one parent was nonchalant and the other parent was a narcissist, and you found yourself playing the role of a peacekeeper or even a parent to your parent. That emotional cage has shaped you, but it also broke you in ways that still feel uncomfortable and draining till this day. It's because of this inability to cope with this awareness that some of us turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms like drugs, distractions, or toxic relationships and addictions, and even became promiscuous. Anything to numb the intensity of it all. Others of us had children young or left home just to escape that suffocating environment and maybe married someone that you knew wasn't right for you. But even then, the scars followed us. We carried the burden of abandonment issues, that endless loop of feeling unworthy, unseen, or misunderstood that would later reflect unhealed wounds in the partners that we aligned with. I know navigating a life with no guidance on how to handle the emotional turmoil that plagued your mind day in and day out was completely overwhelming. Oftentimes, it made you cry yourself to sleep some nights, asking why you couldn't just be like everyone else, wondering why you were born with a heart so heavy, a soul so sensitive, and a mind so chaotic. You questioned why it felt like the world demanded so much of you, yet offered so little in return, leaving you to feel lost, unseen, and highly misunderstood. But let me tell you this: your sensitivity is not and should never be seen as a weakness. It's your superpower. You were born with a powerful ability that you have, naive of its impact on others that will eventually reveal itself later at some point in your life. As a highly sensitive person who is sensitive to energy, you absorb energy from everything: joy, pain, and chaos. And in turn, you internalize it as your own, which weighs down your energy and depletes you. To further explain, think of yourself as a sponge. And let's say when you're surrounded by toxicity, the sponge gets heavy, dirty, and full of things that it was never meant to hold, and leaving you feeling stifled and drained. In actuality, what's happening is it's weighing down your energy, clouding your clarity, and making it nearly impossible to distinguish your emotions from the chaos around you. Day after day, it feels like you're carrying a burden that's too big to bear, yet you're expected to keep moving as if nothing is wrong. This constant absorption of negativity leaves you feeling overwhelmed, disconnected, and questioning if there's any way to break free from it all. Although to you it may seem like you've been plagued with a life of challenges, your sensitivity is not a flaw. It's your divine gift. It's the compass that guides you to the truth. It's the light that shines on what others cannot see, and the power that allows you to heal yourself and those around you. Embracing it fully is not just a choice, it's your destiny as an empath to transform pain into purpose and emotion into elevation. You see, you were given this ability to feel so deeply because you are here to heal yourself and the generational cycles that have weighed your family down for years. You are the one who came here to be the cycle breaker. The pain that you've endured wasn't for nothing. You've been forged in the fire to rise stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than you or the world could ever imagine. I remember being a child and feeling like I didn't belong, like I was out of place in a world that didn't really understand me. I was always the kid who was too soft or who cried at the drop of a dime anytime my narcissistic mom raised her voice at me. Every word, it felt like it was stinging to my soul, and the weight of it would crush me to my core. And the only way I would express it is to get teary eyed. It was like an automatic reaction that I couldn't control. I'd zone out or drift off in school a lot because I was easily bored. I'd get lost in my own world where I could escape the emotional chaos that I was constantly carrying around. They used to call me tenderhearted, but it wasn't a compliment. It was like their way of making me feel weak for feeling everything so deeply. I didn't understand why I couldn't just be like everyone else, why every little thing seemed to affect me so much. But now looking back, I realized that my sensitivity was never a flaw. It was the very thing that gave me the power to heal with my energy and feel their pain, literally. It also gave me the ability to empathize with others in a world that is often cold and distant, shaped by the childhood trauma people carried into their adulthoods. The world may not have equipped you with a manual for this gift, but the journey of learning to harness it is what makes you extraordinary. And remember this, the very thing that makes you feel like you don't belong are the same things that will one day make you unstoppable. So if this resonates with you, I want you to know this. You are not alone. There's a community here waiting for you. A space I created 13 years ago when I knew that I was a light worker, here on a mission to heal a million souls just like mine. I grew my Facebook following to over 100K before I transitioned to YouTube. My channel is a place where you don't have to explain yourself or apologize for your emotions or pretend to be someone that you're not. I'm here to guide you through the chaos, to help you gain the clarity that you need to heal not just yourself, but entire generations of trauma. Together, we'll break free from the patterns that have held you back and create a path to lasting transformation. Join me on Patreon at Empath Unplugged, and let's turn your struggles into your strength and your pain into purpose. As always, I thank you for being here, and I thank you for listening to my empath point of view. Until next time.